What's up, y'all? Back with another daily upload, but today we're gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna bring you guys along just a little mentorship call with my students so you guys can see exactly what it looks like when I'm live trading with the big dogs do inside of the market on a day-to-day basis. And so we're gonna get into that, a couple gems, any clips that I think are very beneficial to your growth. I'm going to input them in this video and enjoy. It's just a video on how I trade live with my students. Let's go to GJ. Let's run through our whole lineup of what to look for a trade on 4-hour time frame, hourly time frame, 30-minute time frame, 15-minute time frame, 5-minute time frame. Okay. So right off the rip, going to 4-hour time frame, just trying to mark out areas where price is rejecting. I don't really give a fuck to go too high away from where price is currently at. Just the most prevalent areas where price is getting a reaction off of. One higher line where price is currently at, and then one lower line, which I don't see shit. Nothing that seems like a level that I want to really care about, at least for this current moment. Maybe right here. We shall see. All of these lines for me are going to be blue. I don't have them in gray, just so I can differentiate what's higher time frame, stronger zones, and what's lower time frames, I guess weaker zones. So 4-hour time frame is always going to be blue. And then hourly time frame and going lower is always going to be gray. Okay, always. So first off, what do we got going on 4-hour time frame? On 4-hour time frame, we were creating higher highs, higher low, higher highs, boom. And then as soon as we broke below this higher low sitting right here, we expect to be bearish. And what happened? We broke below the low, but then started to push right back in the range, kind of showing the price probably going to continue out of new highs, but it fucking didn't. We tanked, bro. New impulsive leg. Okay, so we got a lower high sitting up there. We got a lower low sitting all the way down here. And so right off the rip, we understand we're bearish, okay? We're in bearish sentiment. We're creating lower highs and lower lows. So ultimately, we expect price to more often than not fill in this range to create new lows at least before it comes up and fills in this range sitting up here, okay? Let's go down to hourly time frame. Going down to hourly time frame, trying to find any type of zone to mark out or to potentially tighten these up a bit. I don't see much, bro. I mean, we get nice reaction from the zone. This is absolutely a prevalent zone, or it takes a lot of volume to break through. But when it comes right back, it's a nasty reaction from it every time. Okay, very clean zone. But as far as hourly time frame, I don't really see much that we can tune up from this point. So I'm just going to go ahead and move further from lower time frame. But already we're seeing, you know, we're creating lower highs and lower lows, and we're holding at a resistance. Like shit is starting to line up nicely for sells, you know, at least to fill in the rest of this range sitting down here. And so we go down to 30-minute time frame. Again, once you guys mark out 4-hour and 1-hour time frames, more often than not, I've noticed like there's not really many zones on 30 and 15-minute time frame. It's more so just like tightening up the zones that you created on 4-hour and 1-hour. Sometimes there is, you know, like yesterday on US 30, this very prevalent area down here was definitely a clean as fuck 15-minute zone. You know, that was marked out that day. But more often than not, there's not. Okay, so going back up to DJ, I don't see anything on 30-minute time frame. On 15-minute time frame, I mean, potentially, we got this guy sitting right here. But we only have 2 clean reactions from it. You know, 1, took a lot of volume to break through this point. And then 2, we got a nice pull away from this area. So that's 2. But these, I mean, not really much reactions coming for this point for me to really care for it being a very prevalent area, you know? Again, it's gonna go down to gray. Looks like we're holding right now, so potentially a decent area, but until we get 3 solid reactions from these zones, it's not something I'm going too deep into bias about. Versus US 30, to go back again on 15-minute time frame, I mean, we've got multiple mean reactions coming from the zone every single time we tapped into it, you know what I'm saying? And then once we actually executed, mean volume pushing away from it. So still looking for sells. Now we're going to go down to 5-minute time frame, mark out and see if we have any trend lines. I didn't see any trend lines on higher time frames besides this guy here. Just not really prevalent to where price is currently at. It's probably not coming up there right now. Going down to 5-minute time frame, I don't see much, bro. I mean, we had this little guy here. You know, even if you wanted to bring it to the next low, I think that was a news candle. That was clean. You know, for a nice little right after London, it was prevalent after the 3rd tap. So you got 1 tap, 2 taps, 3 taps. Now we can use it as our bias. And then this guy here, once we broke below it, potentially can get a sell off here as a bread and butter setup. I mean, we broke below London lows right here. kind of push back in the range. I would like to see a bit more of a retracement and then fucking dump from that point. I mean, sending it. So going down to 5 minute, what we're looking for. Well, we've already picked our direction for the day. We've already broken below London lows and continue lower. We're currently sitting at a support on 15-minute time frame. Not the most prevalent support, but it's holding. It has held in the past. We have no trend lines marking out. And so this would just be a simplistic setup today. I don't think a super high probability setup just because we don't have a multitude of confluences, but we have higher time frames that are bearish. We have lower time frames that are bearish. We're going to get a break below the support here. And we have the catalyst of volume because market's about to open in 20 minutes. All day long, I'm good to take the sell off here. Okay, price is going to be sitting at 470. Sure, it's a 20-point stop loss, as it pretty much is every fucking day now. See if we can get this up to 480. And boom, that's our sell-off. Now, as far as a buy-up, I really, and it's probably just not going to get up there today, I really would like to see, like when we're taking buys or we're taking sells off of price is bullish as fuck and we're coming up to this area, 4-hour time, zones do have the strength to obviously push back price from that point, but I don't like to use 5 or 15-minute support resistance to be the reason why I would go against our bias here, I guess what I'm saying. Okay, so if we kind of get a break above these highs and then a re-break, maybe potentially I'll look for some buys, but I really just want to look for sells here. And honestly, keeping these biases when we're not at prevalent areas where price could go above or below has helped me a ton with just getting faked out by trying to go against trend, just because there's a resistance sitting right there. You know what I'm saying? So nonetheless, as of right now, I'm only looking for sells below 191.480 on GJ. Before I go to GU, does this make sense to everybody? Does anybody have any questions as the full breakdown as going from 4-hour, why we're bearish? We're currently rejecting off of this 4-hour resistance. And so going to lower time frames all the way down to 5 minute and figuring out how we can execute based off of that bias. Does this full setup make sense to you guys? Zenlab 2.0, sheesh. Yeah, bro, it's fucking really nice lately.
I mean, what would you need to see to take buys on that setup?
What I need to see buys? So it's more so like a bread and butter without previous session highs and lows. I kind of want to see a break above this high here. I guess it would kind of be retesting this area that we broke out of to a degree, and then a re-break back above to push higher. But at that point, I honestly, I really don't like trading into 4-hour support resistance, like at all. Like genuinely, I really want to see it break above this full trend line sitting up here and give us some type of break from that point, which then at that point we're at London highs, so we wouldn't anyways. But I really kind of just don't see buys here at all. I'm just kind of not looking at them. All good to me. This breakdown is fire. Okay, cool. So hourly time frame on US 30. We got this little clean area from yesterday. Just to kind of burn into you guys' head again, only 2 things can happen when we come to these zones: either a mean reaction away from it or a ton of volume pushing through it. Reaction, ton of volume pushing through it. But when we come back up to revisit it, we're getting decent rejections from it. Currently, even right now. Okay, so nice area. Let me take this off. So while we're sitting below this 42,400 level, while we're creating lower highs and lower lows, while we still haven't even broke above this structure here, still just the sell bias is really starting to line up for us. Okay, now it looks like we're going to start riding the wave if we can get into these sells. Go down to 30-minute time frame. Do we have any other support resistance? I mean, we have this clearing up here that we've been speaking about for a while. Obviously, it's extremely prevalent. Every time we come to it, ton of volume to break through, or it holds, or it holds. Ton of volume to break through, or it holds. Ton of volume to break through, ton of volume to break through, or it holds. This is a super fire fucking level. And so we either got 2 options today. Let's go down to 15-minute time frame, make sure we don't have any other further zones. I mean, they're already marked out, so we pretty much just don't. Coming down to lower time frames, what are we looking for here? Well, fucking bread and butter setup, bro. We just broke above these highs, came back down to retrace, and it now looks like we're pushing back above these highs. I mean, I really honestly want to take this buy up here, but I think it's going to happen the first minute of session. If we were to re-break back above these highs sitting up here, is probably where the buy opportunity is going to be. It'll give us additional confluence too, because we'll be well away from this area that has been, resisting price in the past. Going down to the sell-off here, we have a trend line that's forming. can't be used in bias yet because we don't have the third tap. It's just simply just fucking forming. If we can hold this level, which is that 42,450 level, I'm good to take the sell off right here, honestly, as long as it doesn't happen the first minute of session. But if it does, we'll go ahead and take this next break. And I think either one, we have a 1 and 2 coming down to lows. But sells, man. I'm still extremely fucking bearish here. Market's open. Let's get into it. Obviously, we violated that resistance we were talking about, Bo, before session open. So definitely, obviously, not taking that buy. We just have to wait for a break above these highs. Man, do I want sells though? Like, would love for this shit to fucking react now and to push below this support here, and we'll go ahead and execute.
Order filled.
All right, order filled, mate. Let's run it up. Oh, looks like we're pushing here. Just lack of volume, dude. We've already been in this trade for a whole hour. I felt that so deep, Bo, when you said that. I think it was like last week. You're like, man, when I've been sitting in US 30 for 5 minutes, it feels like a couple hours. It's so true, dude. Like, I literally, it's fucking sad. It's like, man, this shit's not gonna play out. Oh man, we're stuck in the range. It's like, yo, bro, it's been 5 minutes, brother. All right, we're out. We're done.
Order filled.
I lost 600 on that. I lost an extra $100. Left a lot of hard stops, bro. It's all good, fam. I'm just fucking with you, G. Minus 600. I can't help but to think this thing's gonna fucking tank from here too. And I could be absolutely wrong, but no need to hold any further, bro. We gave it a valid shot.